So here we're going to start with our trimmer. I'm using the Andis Slimline Pro LIs, and we're going to make our initial bald guideline near the bottom of the nape of the neck. You can make this line straight or curved, it doesn't really matter, but make it as even as you can because your next guideline is going to follow the shape of this guideline. We're also going to clean out all the hair beneath that line, and this is going to serve as the base of our neck tape. Next, we're going to take our adjustable clipper with no guard and the lever all the way open, and we are going to go up about an inch. And this is going to be our first panel that we're going to fade with. I like to take this panel up high enough to line up with the bottom of the earlobes. Next, we're going to take our 1.5 guard, lever all the way closed, and we are going to make our next panel by going up another inch. We're going to flick out on this panel so that we're instead of trying to make a hard line, we are actually trying to blend the shorter hair at the nape of the neck into the longer hair on top. So you're going to flick out a little, and you're going to do this as many times as you feel comfortable until it's clean. Then we're going to take our fading clipper. I am using the Wahl Cordless Seniors with the F32 blade. We're going to take the lever all the way open and go up to the top of that first panel. Then we're going to close it halfway, and we are going to do the same thing, but we're only going up halfway this time. And finally, we're going to close the clipper all the way, and we're going to take out that bottom line where we made our initial bald line with the trimmer. That part's pretty much done, but you can always go back and play with the lever, open and close it as you feel like you need to, and take out any dark spots or shadows. Now we're going to take our number 1 guard, and we are going to open it all the way, and we're going to go up to the top of that panel just below where we went with the 1.5. All the way across. Again, do it as many times as you feel you need to make sure it's clean and all the hair's cut. Then we're going to go halfway, and again go halfway up. So the lever's halfway open, we're going halfway up. Then we're going to close the lever all the way and attack that bottom line. Now, good practice is to start below the line you're trying to erase. And that'll keep you from taking your taper up too high. Now we're going to do a little bit of clipper over comb, just enough to shape the back and debulk a little bit for the rest of the clipper guards we're going to have to use. Just a little, it doesn't have to be too intense. Now we're going to take our 1.5 guard all the way open, and right below the long hair, we're going to start flicking out softly. It doesn't have to be animated or, it's not that serious. Just flick out softly so you don't make any new lines. Then right below that, we're going to close the 1.5 all the way and go just below the space that we just worked with the 1.5 open. We're going to take our number 2 guard, and we're going to open it all the way. And again, we're going to softly flick out because we're trying to join that faded hair into the long hair. So you're basically walking it down. And after we feel we've done enough there, we're going to close it all the way and go just below that. I like to fade down. I like to fade my panels down because it's kind of like cross-checking your work. You're making sure the hair that you want cut is cut. Now we're going to take the number 3 and do the same thing. We are going to open the clipper all the way up and flick out into that long hair. And like I said, we're not trying to make any new hard lines. We're just trying to blend that already faded hair, the lowest point, into the long hair, which is going to be the longest point. And this is the biggest guard we're going to use. Everything else is going to be shear over comb or clipper over comb. So we're going to close this all the way, and this is going to be the final spot that blends. It's basically blending the 2 open into the long hair on top now. take our clipper comb and our thinning shears, and we're going to do a little bit of shear over comb to blend that number 3 into the top. You can use regular shears for this if you don't have thinning shears, but thinning shears, the teeth in them makes them blend a lot better than regular shears. And this is pretty much going to be the last step in the blending of the neck tape. So our final step is going to be to take our trimmers and we're going to line that diagonal from the nape of the neck to the ear. And we're going to make it as straight as possible, but keep it as natural as possible. And we're going to take it from the nape right up behind the ear. We're going to duplicate the same thing on the other side. Again, straight as possible, natural as possible. And that is the last step in our neck taper. Hope if you're setting out on your haircutting journey that you learned something. If you did, I plan on making more of these videos, and I'd appreciate it if you would like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks a lot. It's your boy Swizzle Cuts.